Hey everyone, and welcome back to Drawing Guidance Tutorials. In this video, you're going to learn how to draw Storm Aquario from Beyblade. So right here we have the outline of Storm Aquario that I've already drawn. So basically what you need to know about this drawing is very simple, alright? Um, Basically if you just divide this up over here like this, you would see that we have, first of all, we have this fish looking thingy. Because if you actually watch the anime Beyblade, you will know that Storm Aquario, it's actually, you don't need to watch it. Aquario, it basically means water. So water, we think of it as like an aquatic animal, and so it kind of looks like a little bit of a fish. Okay, so yeah, so you do it, you break this up, you have this fish head over here, and you would have what looks like flexing muscles. Yeah, it kind of looks like the fish, it's flexing its muscles, but there's also this like wave like motion over here. Okay, this wave like motion. So yeah, and of course inside there's going to be the AQRO, Aquario, is a short form of it. Okay, so very simply right now, we're going to start drawing this. Okay, so okay, now we have two layers right here. Okay, we're going to create another two layers. um yeah, okay, so for you guys, you should have two layers like this. Okay, now if you're doing this on paper, remember that your this layer is technically going to be, okay, you won't have two layers, of course, all right, but what you can do, okay, is that if you're planning to use my method, what you can do is that use a paper, don't okay, use a pencil, and remember not to press it down so hard, all right, just do a lightly drawn cross. Okay, so I'm gonna change this back. Okay, I'm gonna use it green first, all right, so just do it lightly. Okay, you can place a cross or a circle or whatever. Okay, and when you're actually connecting the lines, well, I mean, of course you're going to press harder, right? You're going to connect the lines, you're going to press harder, and what you're going to do is that at the end, once you're done drawing, you're going to erase off the cross and you're going to freehand connect it all. Okay, that's for those who are using paper to draw. But if you're using any device to draw, be it a phone, laptop, MacBook, computer, whatever, then, well, you can just create two layers, and this layer is basically where you're going to place the dots like what I've done over here, and the bottom layer is where you're going to connect the lines. Okay, so we're going to place the dots down first. Okay, now don't worry, we won't be having this. Okay, okay, so I'm going to start placing the dots now. I'm going to change it to black. Now when you guys are placing down the dots or crosses, this is only applicable for those who are actually doing on the device, because if you're doing it on paper, then you better make sure that you have a if you're using a colored pencil, then it has to be erasable, all right, because if you're using a colored pencil to do this, be it for example green, and you're drawing the outline in black, you can't erase the green and your drawing's all destroyed. Okay, it's all messed up. So yeah, use a pencil to do the markings. All right, so we're going to go on to it, but before that, please, if you're new to this channel, please help this channel to grow by subscribing to it. And yeah, you're going to start with the drawing right now. So we're going to start off with doing the head first. Okay, so I'm going to start off with placing a point towards the left. Okay, and this point is basically going to curve up like this. Okay, now you're going to do the top point first. All right, this is just a just in case point. Okay, another point right here. Now for this huge circle right here, there are two options to do it. All right, first you can actually kind of like place a dot over here or somewhere in the middle, wherever you consider it to the middle. I think this looks like the midpoint, and you can use the curve ruler to kind of connect both points. Okay, like what I'm doing down here. So you get one point over here, one point, and then you try to connect it, but actually I didn't do that. What I did was that I used this circular thing right here. Of course, turn it into a circle and make sure that it hits both points, expand it if necessary. Okay, decrease, Yeah, okay, so basically what you're trying to do right now is trying to find the exact the circular size. Of course, it doesn't have to be the same as this. I did not actually remember how big the circle was, so it's just a guess. All right, now you can even have it something like this. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, but as long as you have the circle over here, that's good enough. Okay, so from this point right here, you're going to curve it this way, and you're going to bring it down to create another sharp point. I'm going to place this point over here just in case my curve ruler can't connect this point to this point. Alright, now from this point right here, you're going to make a curve all the way until over here. So this point right here, as I said, is going to be a just in case my this point can't connect to this one. Okay, so you can have a point over here, so this point will connect on to this, or if you want you can just make another point again, so this point connects onto this point connects onto this, and this point connects onto this. All right, so guys can actually pause the video right now. Okay, remember to switch the layer to the bottom layer when you're going to connect the lines. So you see there's line over here, right? Of course you do see it. What you can do is that once you've placed down the points, you can actually start to kind of draw it. Alright, so draw in this kind of manner, right? Remember to switch the layer to the bottom layer. Yeah, so pause the video. Okay, so once you are done with that, I'm not going to move on to the eyes and the mouth because, well, I mean, as I said, you need to know how big the circle is going to be. So I placed down these 3 points right here, and let's just leave it like this. All right, let's not do the inner part first. Let's do this part right now, the fist. Okay, so you start off with the sharp point over here. Okay, it's somewhere around here. Oops, I think this was a bit. Okay, so from this point right here, can even be a bit below, can be a bit above, doesn't matter. Okay, you're gonna make a U shape like this. Okay, now they're gonna be of different heights. So one's gonna be a bit lower, the other one's gonna be just slightly higher. All right, so you can create a U shape. I'm gonna place a point over here. Okay, I'm gonna draw a straight line, a straight going down line like this, and again you're gonna make another U shape. Okay, next another U shape like this. Okay, now you're going to bring it down. Okay, now this can either be a straight line or a curved line. All right, but I would recommend you guys to actually use a straight line. All right, so you're going to do another U shape. Okay, they're supposed to be of the same height. Okay, this U shape over here. Okay, you're going to place another dot just in case, and for this you're going to bring it down, and okay, maybe over here you can have 1 point. Okay, you're going to bring it down like this, you're going to bring it up. Okay, now you're going to do the exact same thing. All right, so first it's going to be like this. You have this shape right here, you're going to have this shape, and it's going to be sharp below. Okay, so you're basically going to do that all the time. You're going to bring it up again, but of course every single time that you do this, it's actually going lower and lower. All right, so again, now over here is going to become sharp, and because over here is going to be slanted, so you're basically reversing the role right now. So instead of it at the bottom being sharp, now at the top is going to be sharp, and over here it's going to be curved like this. Okay, so yep, so pause the video. Okay, and take down the points. Remember to switch the layer to the bottom layer. All right, okay, so once you're done with that, let's move on. Actually, this is quite a simple drawing. All right, it's just very, very basic shapes. Okay, next from this point right here, you're gonna curve it over here again. Okay, now basically these shapes are, you can kind of think of it as letter U. All right, just that sometimes, okay, for example, this is the letter U, right? Now for example, this is kind of like a long, you could have short but long like this. Okay, but basically they all kind of resemble the letter U. And these sharp points over here, you can kind of think of them as um, flipped waves. They're basically just flipped waves, alright? Because if you think about it, wave has this kind of motion like this, right? Okay, you can think of this kind of like a tsunami kind of wave. Basically, this is just the opposite of it. It's inversed, alright? So yeah, that's how I kind of think, and that's what helped me to actually draw better, right? So now you're gonna make a huge curve up like this. Okay, now we're already moving on to doing the fist. Okay, now the fist should end somewhere around the midpoint of the head. So remember not to draw this line too long, and also remember not to draw it too short. For example, this line, it can't extend maybe all the way up yet. You know something's definitely wrong. However, this line, you can't maybe bring it over here. Okay, it has to be okay. So at this point over here, right? Okay, you see you drawn. This is the very first line I told you guys to draw, right? So because we'll take a ruler, okay, do it down here like this. Okay, I'm not saying this is going to be the exact same height, right? No. Okay, so from this point over here, if you want, you can just draw a line. Now the guides layer is a layer for you guys to draw your lines, to draw whatever points and all that. Okay, so don't worry, it gets a bit too messy, right? So this point over here should definitely be higher, but you can just bring it down a little bit, and there you should have your point. Okay, and also remember that it's not supposed to curve inside so much, okay, because from this height over here we want it to be longer and bigger. All right, so yeah, that's kind of things you have to take note of. Oops, okay, so now you are going to draw the fist. Okay, bring it up again. You're gonna bring it down like this, curved like this. All right, so basically what we have is kind of like a clenched fist. Okay, so think of it like that. Okay, because it is it. So yeah, so you guys can pause the video, remember to switch the layers and take down the points. Okay, so once you are done with that, we are going to move on to doing this part over here. Now it's going to be quite it's going to be similar to doing this part right here, except we won't really be following this pattern right here. It's going to be like U shape and opposite wave motion. No, it's of course this is going to be up wave motion like this. Okay, anyway guys, it's quite simple too. So when doing it over here, you're going to have a curved point like this. Okay, now again you're going to do the way, so you're going to go it down. Okay, the line is going to be a straight line down. You're going to do a curve like this, and you're going to bring it down. Okay, so you bring it down over here, right? And at this point it kind of switches its direction going upwards. So at this point where you're going to plot a point, so you know that it's going to go this way. Okay, at this point you're going to stop, and you're going to change its direction to go upwards. Okay, so at this point right here, again you're going to create another wave shape like this. Okay, remember you can make the line long, alright, but as long as it reaches up to this point right here, the U-shaped point, and you're gonna have two wave. Okay, technically this part is gonna, it's not, this part isn't a wave, alright. Okay, this is a wave. It's like two curved lines. This not really. Okay, so from this point right here, you're gonna extend it, and you're gonna have a straight line up like this. Okay, now if you really want, you can shorten this part up. So for example, maybe over here, then you're gonna have the wave over here, and this line is gonna be definitely longer. It's up to you. All right, you can do that, but I think this looks good. Okay, so yeah, now you guys can just pause the video and take down these parts. I'm going to switch the layer. Alright, so once you guys are done with that, we are technically kind of done. Okay, we basically have done the outline of everything except for doing the inner part, so basically the letters and the eyes, mouth. Alright, now I'm going to do this part first, since we start out the video by, okay, I know we started the video by doing this, but let's do this first. Okay, now something about this is quite interesting. Right, basically there's going to be different sizes of circles in there. That's good. All right, if you guys really want, you can use like triangles. Okay, but I prefer using circles. Okay, so gonna plot one point over here. Okay, next we're gonna bring it up. Okay, you're gonna curve it over here like this, and it's gonna curve downwards, forming the U shape again. You really want to add in a point like this. Okay, so we're going to do the upper part first. All right, now from over here you're going to have a curve down like this, a curved line. Remember, this curve isn't straight. I mean, this isn't a straight line, this is a slightly curved line. All right, next we're going to have this curve again. You're going to bring it down, curved, a U shape. You can do it all the way until here. Okay, just slightly below this point. Okay, now this U shape is going to be upwards, and from this point again it's going to go this way. Okay, so again maybe let's plot a point over here and over here. Okay, but if somehow your curve ruler can connect this point to this point, I'm going to tell you frankly, when I was doing this I couldn't connect both points, so that's why actually I only did this point. Okay, I connect this point and from here to here, but this point for you guys is just an extra point to help you guys draw better. All right, okay, so you're done with the top, you guys can take it down. Now, but make sure that it doesn't go too close to this point right here. All right, just slightly below it. Okay, give some space. Okay, make sure that it doesn't hit towards this point. All right, so yeah, you guys can take down the video and draw the top part of it first. Okay, once you are done with that, again I'm going to move on from this point over here. Okay, so we're going to go back to the letter A. This is letter A, by the way. It's okay. Now these letters over here all kind of just connected. All right, but basically we have the basic shape of A. There's technically supposed to be a Q, R, and O. Aquarium. There's a short form of it, an abbreviation. Now from this point right here you're going to bring it down, you're going to bring it up, sorry, a curved line. Okay, you're going to make a U shape from this point to this point, add another point here. Again, you're going to make a U shape, but this U shape is going to be higher than this point right here. It's going to be higher than this point, and it's going to be lower, and it's going to be broader. Alright, from here to here, you're going to have a straight line, and it's going to curve up like this. Okay, next again, you're going to bring it down. You're going to have two straight lines like this. Now from this point to the above point that we've already plotted, you're going to have one gigantic curve, so I would rather you put a point over here to break up the curve. Okay, so yeah, you guys can just take it down. Remember to switch the layer. I'm trying to find the perfect, yep, I think it's good. Okay, so remember to switch the layer, and yeah, you can draw down the lines. Okay, so once you are done with that, simply right now what we're going to do is you can just put in circles. Alright, it doesn't matter, in below, can be a little bit above over here, the sizes, it can be a semicircle, full circle, it doesn't matter. It can be even be ovals like this. Okay, now sorry, I just said semicircles, right? Sorry, no semicircles. Try to make them ovals or circles. Okay, now of course this point, this O is the biggest, okay, in terms of its curve, so that's why it's gonna have the biggest over here like this. This part because it's quite long, so it's gonna have over here R, O, and A. Okay, so this part I won't really be touching on because it's completely up to you. From just somewhere around the middle, you're just gonna place circles. It can even be the same size. Okay, you don't even need to do ovals, just all circles. Sure, up to you. Okay, go ahead. Okay, but what's really important right now, it's doing this part right here. Okay, the mouth and the eyes. Okay, so now we're going to do the I mean, because if you guys already have the circle down right here, you should have enough space. So you're going to leave quite a lot of space down here, right? We're only going to do the eyes and the mouth. That's what I'm saying. That this drawing is actually, I think I'll say it's the simplest drawing that I've done in this whole channel so far, right? So for the mouth, it's going to be very simple. You're going to have the curve over here like this, and you're going to bring it down like this. Now over here is quite important, right? This part, this curve, quite important too, but it's this part, this curve right here is quite important, right? Now the bottom curve is where you need to really bring it down. All right, so maybe you can even bring it down to about over here, it doesn't matter, but it must be bigger than this part right here. And when it goes up, you're going to try making them the same size. Okay, so now this part over here, what we have is basically doing the teeth. Basically what you're gonna do is that you're gonna have curved line like this. Now my mistake right here, you try making them about the same size. Okay, especially these three teeth right here, you should have them at the same size. These two, not really so important. All right, so basically we're still going to go in the same general motion, okay, which is basically like this. Okay, so okay, let's see. Okay, so these two are about the same. Now maybe let's say we bring it down a little bit. Yeah, okay, okay, and maybe let's say this, we can make it a bit bigger, so it curves down, maybe about somewhere over here. Okay, next from this point to this point. Okay, okay, so basically what you guys have to do is create five, okay, five teeth right here. The two ends, right, the two ends, they're gonna have the smallest, whereas this three teeth right here, they're basically gonna be the biggest. All right, so the measurements, I would actually recommend you guys to try and make them the same. This is my mistake, that they aren't the same. So if you're using try using a ruler with actual measurements. This app doesn't give me ruler with measurements, it's just a ruler with no measurements. Okay, even this. Okay, so yeah, use a ruler, measure the distances. Alright, I think this looks to be about the same. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I have no idea. Okay, this using eye power right here. um okay, I think this looks better. Maybe over here, yeah, I think this still should be the same. Maybe I should bring it down a little bit over here, sorry. Now this is the point, they could be this would be the same height over here. So when you curve it, it's going to go like this, it's not going to go like this. Okay, so that was the first mistake I made over here. Okay, so curve like this, curve like this, curve. I think this looks a bit better. Okay, so yeah, one, two, three, 4 and 5. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so you guys remember to measure, make them about the same height. These two ends over here are going to be the smallest. All right, so yeah, if you guys want, pause the video and take it down. Remember to switch the layer. Okay, so once you are done with that, we're going to move on to the eyes. Now the eyes are the simplest part. All right, what you're going to do is that you can create either straight lines or slightly curved lines, up to you. And you're gonna make them basically the semicircles. All right, okay, so this semicircle right here is kind of going in this motion right here, and this is going to go upwards. Okay, I should make it bigger. Okay, maybe over here to about maybe over here like this. Okay, now again, yep, like this. Okay, so semicircle, can curve it down a bit, you can make them to a straight line, it doesn't matter. But let's say if you're making one eye a curved from the top like this over here, then the other eyes also have to be curved like this. If this eye is going to be straight, the other eye has to be straight. Okay, they have to follow the pattern, right? But yeah, that's basically it. If you want, you can just pause it and take it down, but although it's not necessary because it's quite simple. All right, just make sure that they have that's quite far. Okay, there's some space over here. Okay, and it should be good. Okay, so yeah, basically, sorry, you guys can pause the video and take it down. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, basically that's it. Right, it's quite a short video, relatively speaking, but yeah, that's it. Alright, so right now, okay, mm, okay, so if you're so you follow the steps and everything, you should have something like this. Alright, now if you're happy with this, okay, I know I am. If I'm happy with this, what I can do is that you're gonna go to your guides layer, basically where you draw the dots, and you're gonna delete it. If you're happy with it, alright. If you're not, if you find that you have some issues with this, okay, what you can do is that first, when you draw the lines and everything, you can hide the guides layer. Just hide it first, okay, check through everything, make sure that you like it. If you find that there's still some problem, you can unhide the guides layer and maybe edit it a little bit. Okay, if you guys are really still facing problems that you can't solve, send me your work to my Instagram on the screen. I know I'm doing this quite early for those of you who watch my other videos. I'm doing this quite early, but yeah, send me your drawing, okay, to my Instagram on the screen right now. Okay, you can also find my Instagram in the description below. The link is in the description below, and I'll try my best to respond to you guys as quickly as possible. Give me about a day, alright? And yeah, remember to send me your drawing together with your problems, alright? Okay, now we're gonna go on to the coloring part. Alright, simply what you're gonna do right now, okay, if you're happy with it, delete the layer. You're gonna create another layer, okay, a new layer. You're gonna bring it down and you're gonna place it down. Okay, just you're gonna keep it there for a little while. Okay, we're just gonna keep it there. You're gonna do anything right now. Okay, right now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna color this part right here. Okay, so very simply, what we are going to do is that we're going to switch it to yellow. Okay, bright yellow like this. Make sure that's not white because you can actually really see the yellow. And you're going to place it over here. You're going to place it over here like this. Or what you can do is that you can actually make it to a blue like this. Okay, you can color it like this. And from the inside over here, you can actually place the yellow color. Alright, okay, now when looking at it, I kind of want to have the blue like this, alright, but I want it a bit lighter, so let me just back it up first. Now the colors are completely up to you, alright. If you want to put red but you feel that you're comfortable, alright, choose a color that you're comfortable with. Okay, you don't have to follow this color. Yeah, okay, maybe something this technically kind of like ocean blue. Okay, maybe what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna make it darker like this. Yes, and the teeth too. Yeah, okay, I kind of like this. Okay, now we're gonna make it to yellow over here, and we're gonna put it in to these circles right there. Okay, now yeah, if you guys like this, if you like this color scheme, okay, again, sketchbook right at the top over here. So basically the colors for this part right here, you can take down number HSL. Okay, we're following this method HSL. So you can just take it down if you like this. Alright, if you want, you can just modify it. So you can take down this color HSL right here, and if you want, you can just tweak it a little bit to your liking. Alright, and so the teeth color right here is something like this, and oops, sorry, and the yellow is basically just any yellow from about maybe over here to over here. Make sure that's not going towards the white like this. Alright, that's peach. You don't want it. You want something yellow, right? Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna take it down like this. HSL, alright? Okay, so that's it. That's basically, oops, what's this? Um, is, is this something because it's lagging or something? Okay, give me a minute, guys, while I solve this problem right here, alright? Okay, so I apologize for that. Sorry, some technical issues right there. Now, if you guys actually saw the thumbnail, right? It's basically very simple, alright? It's just a switch of colors. So this yellow right here, the exact same color, is gonna be everywhere like this, and this dark blue in color right here, it's well, it's gonna belong where it's gonna belong just there, alright? So basically, the blue will still remain, the yellow over here will still remain, but this yellow right here will be basically everywhere else. Okay, so there won't be this color, or there won't be this purplish color, right? But now I'm kind of modifying it. I kind of like this color right now, so I'm gonna stick with it. Okay, now once we're done with coloring this, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna go to the bottom layer right here, and I'm gonna be using this, a pencil pal. Alright, that's basically how I do the aura. Now simply what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna switch it to this color. So let me just bring it down. Yep, like this. Let me just test it out first. Yep. Okay, so if you guys are using this app, that's good. Alright, because then you will follow through exactly. Okay, now have I mentioned that this app is actually available everywhere? Okay, in the description I kind of said that. Alright, but yeah, I've used it on my phone, the laptop, tablets, they're basically everywhere, alright? And it's downloadable on the phone. So yeah, you guys can actually download this app. It's free, okay? It's a really good app, okay? So what you can do is that the color right here, HSL, okay, you can just take it down. It can maybe be about over here at max, as long as you can see this light blue scheme over here, that's good enough. But it won't be dark, okay? We want it light like this, okay? So you want to take down the numbers, HSL, okay? Yeah, okay. So now what you're gonna do, make sure that you're on the bottom layer right here, and you're basically just going to do this, okay? Yeah, you can start off from any point at anywhere, and what you're going to do is basically you're just going to trace it all down here like this. You're basically, as I said, you're basically creating an aura. An aura is basically something that is glowing out of you, and that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, so I mean, I won't really show this, it's quite simple. Do basically just go all around the place. Make sure that you do not do the inner part, or just the outline of it only. Okay, the fist and everything goes down like this, the wave motions. So yeah, now the size of this pencil pal that I'm using, it's 10. So yeah, if you want you can make it higher, if you want you can make it lower, but do not increase the size too much. All right, 10 is kind of like the lucky number for me. Okay, so I'm going to come back with the completed work. All right, okay, so I'm done after doing the aura of it. All right, now for those of you who are doing this on paper, you can follow through every step. Okay, but I'm pretty sure that you actually can't do this step right here, which is basically the aura. I guess the closest you can do is by basically using a crayon, and yeah, doing exactly as I said. Now if you notice over here, right, there's this right over here. Now you cannot, I mean, I wouldn't recommend you guys to kind of actually do this, alright, to kind of fill it up, okay? Because first of all, if you look at it, it looks kind of weird, right? They're so big over here while so small. So basically, if this happens, means that you kind of have to erase it. Okay, to erase it, let me just make the brush bigger. Okay, basically means that you have to erase it and you have to do it over again. Okay, so basically from the part where your hand kind of slips or something, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to do like this. Okay, now if it's too thin like over here, what have happened, you can try and make them both about the same. If not, then you can just use eraser to make sure they are kind of like the same. You can just erase it off. Now this takes quite some time because you want to try and be steady so that it doesn't really go in like this. So now this drawing is quite small, so yeah, it's still okay, but for some drawings it's actually quite big. So yeah, now once we're done with this, basically what you're gonna do, for me, I like to kind of really bring out the aura effect, because I mean I spend a lot of time doing it, so I like to really make I really like to utilize it fully, right? So using the same layer, the aura layer right here, you are going to kind of darken like this and darken like this. Now if at some points, okay, uh, the aura doesn't meet, you don't have to force them to meet. Alright, for example, this part here was 10 and it came down over here, so coincidentally they both met. But for this part over here, okay, they did not meet, and you don't have to make them meet. Alright, you're just basically doing the outline. Now for this part here, this white part, so what we can do is we can just make it black. Okay, but yeah, that's it. Okay, now if you're asking yourself why, okay, if you're new and you have no idea why I created a layer down here below, simply it's because if you're going to put it above like this, okay, if you're going to do it on the same layer, okay, let's use this, okay, black, right? So imagine I'm doing this and it goes in, it kind of creates a smudge over here. Now this black, right? Let's say if you're going to use for example, using this color, right? Okay, if it goes in, bam, it's going to create all this. Okay, now first, you're not really going to move in like this, alright, but just slightly, you're going to make it in a little bit. It kind of ruins the drawing, so put it below, it's the safest. Alright, but yeah, that's basically how you draw Storm Aquario from Beyblade. Alright, so as I said, as I mentioned, if you guys have any trouble drawing this, you can actually send it to my Instagram on the screen. So on the screen right now, okay, drawing guidance tutorials, or what you can do is that the link for my Instagram is in the description below, so you can check it out. Now if this video actually did help you to draw this, you can go ahead and leave a like, because that will actually really help my channel to grow. And if I see that I'm getting a lot of likes, then I'll feel encouraged to do more of this. Okay, more Beyblade, more Pokemon. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Okay, and on the screen right now, I bet that you can see some other videos. This will be a Pokemon playlist, so yeah, you can just pick that. Okay, you can also subscribe if you really want to. I would actually recommend you guys to subscribe. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.